What they have proven, which is what we need, is they're actually putting brain IQ exercises with exercise. They found out through a lot of studies one of the best exercises that you can do is things like ballroom dancing. Because you have to think, you have to be coordinated, and move at the same time. So not only are you actually physically getting your heart rate up, you're having to use your brain. They're actually doing activities now with kids, especially, or they actually have classes, and there's actually someone up in the top of Cleveland, right up by Lakewood. They have a class. It's called brain exercise. They actually are doing functional things while they're doing activity. So they might be going up and down the steps for a little bit, 5-6 minutes, and that's when they have to go. They have to put a puzzle together with one hand, but they have to hit the dots. They have to hit the lights. They hit up and they have to hit the corners. Then they go back and do a hard cardio, and they come over here and they have to do a dot drill. So they're having to actually think of what they're doing. They have to memorize something. So not only are they exercising, because they're functioning, they're actually seeing a higher increase in their levels, which is really, really nice. Things like why it's real popular is HIIT workouts we talked about, where you high intensity for 5 to 7 minutes and back down, because you're always changing. And when you do that high intensity, it's either up and down steps or side to side movements. You have to actually concentrate, not to fall over, roll an ankle, or do something like that. Where if we get on a treadmill, if we get on a bike, what do? We zone out, listen to music, we watch a TV show, we read. We're not really concentrating. We're not having to use our brain and our body function at the same time. So that's one good thing to think of, is if you think, hey, I only have 5 or 10 minutes today, what can I do that actually does brain function at the same time I'm doing an activity? Switch directions, something new. Play tennis, play paddle tennis, on the table, anything, ping pong, anything you have to actually think. Just by doing that, it actually helps with the brain. So not only do we need to exercise our bodies, but we're going to exercise our brain. One thing I really like about that too is because, again, the older we get, it doesn't always so much matter. We like to look on the outside, but what really matters is the inside. It's really, really sad to see people that haven't taken care of their body or haven't done a lot of things when they hit their 55s and 60s, and now they have starting to have memory loss. They're starting to be off balance. They're starting to get confused. With all that comes agitation. It also becomes depression. They have proven that one of those things too, a lot of sedentary, being alone, not moving. You would think if you're retired and you've got 10 hours a day, your house would be spotless. Your clothes would be washed, you'd be out doing things. Not so. The longer they sit by themselves, the longer they're not moving, the longer they have no one to make them do anything, it gets worse and worse. Sometimes they're the worst conditioned people because they don't have anything to think about. They don't have anything that actually makes that function, that brain to go. No schedule from there, and that's, they're in a vicious cycle from there. In general, aerobic activity is great for the body and the brain. It's also a first aid kit for your damaged brain cells. We actually lose cells when we don't eat properly, we don't sleep properly. So that first aid kit is when that next day you jump up and get some exercise, now you're actually waking those brain cells up and you're starting to make new ones. So they call it the first aid kit. They're starting to replenish the things that you're doing wrong. This is why I brought up the stuff with the yoga. How many people, if they exercise too late at night, can't sleep? Exactly. You think, oh, I'm just sore, I'm sweating. Think about it. You just said it. Exercise stimulates our brain function. So now we've woken our brain up. It's going 500 miles an hour, and we're doing our computers, and we're using our Facebook, and we're doing things. Now we really can't sleep. So unfortunately, as far as brain function, early day exercise and midday is actually better for your brain than the evening. Because what happens is if it's too late, it is generating brain cells, but then we're not sleeping, so now we're killing them. It's kind of back and forth thing. So that's kind of thing. If you have especially if you have someone that like myself, I suffer from insomnia. Imagine that, I don't ever go to sleep. I'm always going. It's the most difficult thing for me. I do a lot of trainings now this time of the year in the evenings, 7:30, 8:30, because I work the rest of the time. 2 o'clock in the morning, I'm still up. Because I might not be physically doing that, but I'm teaching them, and I'm doing stuff, and I'm getting my brain going. That's a hard thing to do, try to get back and forth. So if you have those kind of problems, and sleeping is one of your habits, try to get your regular activity in, exercise in. Try to get in the morning or midday. When you first change, you might be more tired. Like you hit that late day, oh my gosh, getting up and exercise made me so tired. You're supposed to be. You need those 8 hours of sleep, so you be up till midnight and getting up at 5 to work. You'll realize you'll start going to bed at 10, 10:15, 9:30. You have a much better function of sleep than you function more during the day. Remember, no matter how late you are, if you can get up at the same time, you keep that clock on. And regardless, we say, I'll wait for the weekends and catch up. Remember, we can't catch up on sleep. You can try to catch up on the damage you've done, but we don't make up sleep. We just try to get even. So that's a bad thing. We can't make up the damage that's been done by not having a lack of sleep. We can try to stop it, but for all the bad sleep we have, if you continue to do it, you can't make it up. Look at change your workout. Again, look for activities that incorporate cardiovascular, get that heart pumping, and mind thinking, mind control. Even if it's something different, take a class you've never done before. Even if it's, you've never ridden a bike for long distances, something that you haven't, that you have to think of. Where am I going? What direction I go? I'm going to go walk. Did I get lost? Go to a new neighborhood. Find a way. Anything you have to actually stimulate while you're doing it is going to help from there. And also, if you're hitting the wall or mentally exhausted, like you're at work, and now it sounds crazy, go off somewhere. Come out here and do some jumping jacks. Run around the building. Go out and garden. Go up and down the steps. Get that heart rate up. Get that cortisol level up. And then sit back down immediately and try to do something. Try to fill out a form. Try to do something you have to actually think at. Because now you've already stimulated it, and now you're going to use it. So it's a win-win. It's going to make it work from there. Does anybody have any questions over the seminar, the exercise seminar, or anything of what they'd like to see or like to try? I would recommend if anybody, if they get a chance, that if we can get the yoga thing set up, to try it. It's not for everyone, but there are some great tips, and she's going to be going over different kinds of yogas. It's going to be a desk yoga. It's going to be a mental yoga. We're going to do, a strength pose or what we call sports yoga. Not sure I'm going to do that, but I'm going to demonstrate so you know the difference of what they are from there. Just like any kind of exercise, as people, that generalization, I hate it. I don't like yoga. And I'm not a huge fan. But out of the kinds I have, do I think it's beneficial? Yes. Find the one that means the most to me, that makes you feel the best, works for you. Like, I'm not a runner. I'm not going to go run a marathon. I'll go do a Tough Mudder because I love the difference. I'll go do the warrior dash because I love that competitiveness or doing something crazy. If you get your true marathoner, they wouldn't be caught dead doing the warrior dash because it messes up their form. Or, who runs through fire, or who does that you get hurt. Different things you like. You have to really, the biggest thing about exercise I want everybody to get out of is, one, there's no way around it. There's no way around it that if we don't move, that we're going to become unhealthy. There's no way around it that if you don't do some kind of physical activity, you're going to age quicker than other people. It's just a proven fact. I wish it wasn't, but it is. Just like nutrition. If we had a magic pill, I wouldn't have a job, or I'd be rich if I designed it. We wouldn't have to worry about it. I'd be everybody's best friend, too. I broke a pill, that's right. We'd be upset from there. So those kind of things. I hope we just get the little things here that to try something. Always keep trying to find something you like. Or as I tell some of my people, try to find something that you hate the least. Yeah, that's crazy. To find that 30 minutes that you have to do. If heaven forbid, I'm not going to go walk around this building I can't stand in, but I don't mind the bike in here with the TV on. At least you're doing something. Find that one thing that you hate the least. It might turn into something you really love. Or by looking for something different, you might find something you never knew you were good at. And you might want to try it. From there, it's you would never think. I always use the example as if my daughter were growing up, she's a really girly girl. I'm like, I don't do anything with the ball. I can't catch. But she's very athletic. She's a national dance champ, young and very flexible. Her friends all turn out for lacrosse, so she's gonna do it because they wear skirts. I'm like, seriously, that's why you're signing up? Yes. At least they have skirts. I'll get credit. I won't have to take gym class. Okay. But I can't get the ball. She's got pink goggles, pink stick, pink shoes, blonde coming up to here, full makeup on. There she goes. I'm thinking, okay, this is not gonna go well. So I just play defense because you don't have to actually throw the ball and catch it that much. You just have to block it. Went out there. She played half a season. She starts as a freshman at varsity. She had some schools where I looked at her. Had no idea that she would like it or be good at it. But tried it because she's a dancer. I do those things. Loves it better than that. Gave up that to pursue this because she's like, win-win. I can go to college on it. I want to be a doctor. I got a lot of bills coming up. Hey, I get to wear a skirt. All together. Oh yeah, they got white uniforms. It was like, woo, this year. It was like the biggest thing ever. But hey, whatever works, right? And the other part, I didn't have that when I was in school. I'd have been great. That'd be so much. It'd be great to play something new. All these kids, girls, they have all these opportunities that we didn't have to get moving. She's a cheerleader. Yep. Not because she loves it, but she's good at it. She's nothing to do. But she's looking forward to that lacrosse. Never would have thought that. I never would have put it. I never would have had her do it ever. I still know nothing about it. I kind of just watch along and see When someone cheers, she must be doing something good. So I just kind of learning the rules. It's changing, and boys and girls are different. So that's always didn't know that. They're completely opposite. But so things are like that. Even with your young kids, even when you get older, find things you may thought you might not have liked before, and you might like it. You know, for different things. I always see how many men turn to golf. You know, why? They really enjoy it. Okay, it might be. Then you got a cart and stop riding the cart. Actually, walk for the golf. But different things. You know, that's something that I grew up on a golf course. Still hate it. Just don't care and find it stressful. It's not something I like. So I'll go play tennis. I'll go try. I'm bad at it. But hey, that's more fun. Never thought I would do it. So you try those things, just a little bit of movement, just to kind of get going and for your mindset. It's also a great stress reliever and win-win. You know, brain. You know, you want to have your mental faculties when you're older. And with this kind of job, we need it now because we have a lot to hold in there. Any questions? All right. Well, thank you guys for doing this seminar. The next one I think starts in a couple weeks. If I